All right, 97.7 Metro FM, Archer in Lagos. We've got you covered all the way. Talking about Avanti Uzor on that track right there. It's a praise medley, and it's another good one, a good mix that you can actually play and just saturate your atmosphere with while you're in the mood, doing the thing that, just expresses gratitude to God. And of course, when you praise, guess what? The heavens open up and things will fall out. I know some people are thinking of iPhone 17 and all this other stuff. Calm down. Anyway, God is good all the time. So we've got Avanti. I did say that we're going to be, like speaking with a gospel artist in a bit. So Avanti, she is with us already, all the way from overseas. Avanti, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Great. I'm doing good. I'm doing awesome. I'm telling you. So yeah, we've been, like I watched this particular song, this medley. I kind of watched the video, and I could see the setup. I could see your performance. I could see the energy, and then I could feel the slow rise from, kind of a mid tempo going to fast pace, and before I knew it, I was already dancing. It just happened. So
Thank
really
you.
amazing. How long have you been doing this?
Oh my God. When people say I've been doing this since I was born, it's so cliche.
Wow.
But for me, I've been singing since I was 8 years old, like when I was real young.
8.
And I just had a passion for music. But I would say I started doing this professionally as a solo artist for about 15 years now.
Okay, 15. That's still some mileage. So did you start off straight into gospel music, or you had a little bit of a travel and testing different things before finding gospel?
Yes, I mean, my roots is gospel because that's what I fell in love with actually as a child. I fell in love with gospel music, following my older sister to church for children's choir and all of that. So I fell in love with gospel music, and that was my roots. But of course, growing up, I explored other kinds of music. I started to sing in different places. But of course, you will always go back to your roots, which is gospel. So um, about 20, 25 years ago, I went, and just started focusing on gospel, working with a lot of top music artists in Nigeria, the late Kefi. I used to back up the
Oh,
late Kefi. I used to back up the late Samuel Bosu. The big names in gospel music, music industry in Nigeria, Shegun Obe. I've even done backup for the late Ron Kinali. A lot of people. I used to do background vocals for them, yes, until I finally started doing my own thing.
you've really done some really good jobs and high profile gigs. Come to think of it, because you're mentioning legends, you're mentioning people who uh, they literally were like pioneers. Maybe not all of them, but Samuel Kosu is a pioneer. He just literally brought in a different brand of gospel that it's now a thing today. Yeah, Kefi also came out and made music from the Sound South, explosive, and she did a lot of crossing over, not living gospel, but actually pulling circular acts into the gospel space. That's so awesome. And then, of course, Ron Kenali, his passing affected me in some type of way. I couldn't
Me too.
explain it. It just kind of affected me because the man,
We
um,
all grew up on Ronkinani. He was
yes,
like our
exactly.
childhood hero.
It's like a hero just went away. I felt some type of way. I kept asking, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling like I lost something? So a lot of people connected the same way too. So let's get to meet you a little bit. We're getting so fast ahead. So let's get to meet you. So our listener can actually say, okay, fine. I met someone today. Tell us about so where is your ethnic origin?
I'm from Nigeria, Delta State to be precise. But I like to call myself a Lagosian because I was born and brought up in Lagos State.
when your people hear this now, they'll calculate the fine you will pay to to come and how do they call that thing now? They say come and join age grade, right? And then they calculate the fine, how many years, how old you are, everything. Okay. But you have plans to like go back home and you know make some connections. If you have you done that already?
Well, if you're talking about Delta states, I don't have plans to be honest. Because I don't know anything about there. I don't go there. I wasn't grown there. But of course, Lagos State. That's where my heart is. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, okay, a lot of instances that way. Okay, so Delta State, a little bit about your background, your family, were they supportive? You said you started since you were 8, so definitely your family somehow would have been involved in a way. What was your nickname as a child? Was it I don't know, superstar? What did they call you as a child when they noticed you could sing?
I mean, they called me my name. Then later on, they began to call. Some people started calling me Boo Boo. That's short for Chibuzo, which is my real name. My full name is Chibuzo, and of course, I coined my stage name Avanti Uzor from Chibuzo. So the Uzor came from Chibuzo, right? Then Avanti it's just a name I fell in love with, and it grew on me because it's Italian for to move ahead. So Uzo means way. So I just feel like moving ahead in your way, That's and I just liked the meaning of the name.
Okay, so Avanti means forward, ahead, or come in or come on. Mostly motion.
Keep moving, move forward. Yeah, move forward, move ahead in the way, that God has called you to. Pretty much.
So what language is that?
Avanti is Italian. Uzo, of course, is Igbo
It sounds
language.
Italian.
It is Italian.
Oh, okay, okay. Italiano. All right, so very interesting, very interesting. So let's talk about your journey a little bit. Who were the influences you had, like growing up? People around you? Did you have other friends that could sing? Was it church gigs and all that? How did that build up for you?
Well, to be honest, my number one influence was my immediate older sister. Um, that was the person that made me kind of really love music because we would just sing while we're doing dishes. We're singing while we're doing house chores. We're singing. She's singing soprano and I'm harmonizing her in alto, or she's singing alto, I'm harmonizing her in tenor. We would just sing. So for me, I don't like to tell my story without mentioning her because that was the person that made me really enjoy singing because I had somebody to sing with, and she was the one I followed to children's choir practice. When I saw them singing, I'm like, oh no, I want to sing. And I followed her there, and that began my love for music because of course I joined the children's choir. They broke a rule to accommodate me. At that time, you cannot join the children's choir unless you are 10 years old, and I was 8. But because I would keep coming to choir practice with my sister, they broke that rule to accommodate me. So they began to accommodate people that were 8 years old in the choir. So she was my number one influence growing up. And of course, as I began to grow up, I loved to listen to Mary Mary. I grew up on Women of Worship. I don't know if you remember those old songs. I grew up on Ronkin Nelly. I grew up on Don Moyle. I grew up on all the big names in the gospel music world at the time. So they were my major influences. And of course, when I began to do music professionally, I think the person that had the most impact in my life and in my journey musically was Sammy Okposo. Like he really trained me musically and tuned my ears to
Oh,
music a lot. Yes.
the tuning of ear thing I can relate with because I mean you have to be able to recognize parts, notes, and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then cook with it. Those are your ingredients. You then cook
Yes.
with it.
Yes.
So let's move on from you and your sister turning your kitchen to a concert hall to when you started building up to become a professional singer and minister, so how was that journey? Just take it from when you made up your mind that okay, I'm taking this to this point, right? What were the challenges you met on the way?
Well, if I start from my journey as a background artist, the challenges that I met there was being able to think on my feet, because my late boss then, he was a very he was a he was a perfectionist to the T. So his expectations were very high. There was no room for weakness, there was no room for excuses. You had to deliver whether you felt like it or not. So it was different for me, from my background jumping into that. But I'm very grateful to God for that experience. And it kind of prepared me to be a solo artist. Being a solo artist was really never something I envisaged. It wasn't something I used to dream of. Oh, I'm going to be a big music star. I just discovered that I started writing songs. Actually, I've been writing songs since I think I wrote my first song since I was about 10 years old. I've been writing songs, but I didn't really think anything of it. But when I got into secondary school, I formed a female group, a girl group. We used to call ourselves the Cherubs. And we began to write songs in school. Yeah, the Cherubs. Yeah, we never were. We never got really big. We were trying to be like Kush that time, but we never really got big because we were never able to get a record deal. So we began to write songs, and of course the challenges of parents allowing you go, being worried that it will interfere with your schoolwork. Those were challenges I faced with my mom. I faced that a lot because she used to always be like, "Oh, you're going to fail in school. You're never attentive." So I had to have a heart-to-heart conversation with my mother one day, and I convinced her and I said, "Please let me do this. I love doing this, and I promise you, you will never see a fail in my grades. Just give me this opportunity." And thank God for my mom. She listened. So, and because she gave me the opportunity to do music, I had to be on top of my academics and make sure that I never had a failing grade. And by the grace of God, I never did. Then coming into the United States, trying to build a solo music career away from the safety net of backing up other artists, it was a whole different challenge. Of course, number one was financial because I do not have a record deal, so I'm kind of self-funded. But thank God for always raising help for me, you know, every day. So I'm
Amazing,
grateful to God for that.
amazing. What would you say you noted to be the major difference between back home and over there?
Whew. Are you talking in terms of the
The
music
music, of course,
ministry?
the music ministry.
It's night and day, man.
You said
It's night
light
and
and
day
day.
because it's night and day.
What?
They have it so good in Nigeria when it comes to the music ministry, believe it or not. Because in Nigeria, you can thrive on being just a music minister. You don't have to work. You can do it full time, and the
Now
blessings you get from ministry will be enough for you to live a very comfortable life.
this
It's not
is
like
really
that here in the
interesting.
States.
Really interesting for a lot of people listening right now. Saying, it's easier here. You know, it will come as a surprise to a lot of people. Go on.
Yes, it's easier there because you for example, if I want to do a project of a live recording, it's easy for me. If I was back home, let's say people back home, it's easier for them to gather support. Their church members, their choir members will support them. They will not even ask to be paid, because most people are off during the weekend anyway. So they will just come support you. They'll play with you for free, you know, and stuff like that. But here in the States, you have to pay for everything. Nobody is gonna do nothing for you for free. You want to your band, you have to pay your band, you have to pay them for rehearsal. You pay an arm and a foot for your recording. Oh my God. It is so expensive. And then when you go to the churches here, you cannot ask them to give you anything. In fact, it's a big thing now. You cannot say, oh, pay me this or pay me that. They will start looking at you as if you're doing ministry for money. But how do I fund my project? How do I fund the music? It's very challenging. But we thank God for help and the grace not to quit, because there are a lot of people that have the passion and the desire here to do music ministry. They can't. They are writing songs. They cannot release it because it's thousands of dollars to do one song. And to do a live recording is thousands of dollars. How much do you make? Even if you are a doctor, the bills monthly in this state is not a joke. In America, the monthly bills is not a joke. You're paying at least over $2,000 monthly for your rent and all of that. So we're not talking about all of that. But what I'm saying is it's easier back home to do it than it is here. It's much.
I had to heave a sigh of relief. Like back home, I said, oh, okay. But then you're still thriving. You're still thriving even while you're there doing your thing. You're on YouTube. Which other platform do you have your work?
I have my platform on all streaming channels worldwide. Like anywhere that music is playing or you listen to artists, you can find my music there by the grace of God.
AVANTII UZOR across platforms, you will be found. What about social media? How can people connect with you on social media?
So my name is AVANTII UZOR on Instagram, AVANTII UZOR on TikTok, AVANTII UZOR on any platform, Facebook, whatever. I'm on there. But on YouTube, of course, my name is AVANTII UZOR TV on YouTube. But the name AVANTII UZOR is how you can find me on most social media platforms. Yes.
That's amazing. So I understand that you have a new song that you dropped apart from the other body of work you have. What's the inspiration about it? Because we're going to play that in a bit, and we'll be right back to round it off. The new song, you call it Season of Celebration. Have you bought your first Tesla?
Well, Season of Celebration is a prophetic song. The Bible tells us in the book of Hebrews that faith calleth those things that be not as though they were. So the whole idea of Season of Celebration is to make you begin to see the things you're expecting from God even before it happens. Because the Bible says, as far as your eyes can see, many people cannot step into what God has in store for them because it's too big for their minds. They cannot think about it. They cannot imagine it. They're thinking of where they are right now, their present state. And of course, what you cannot see, you cannot get. What you cannot imagine cannot come to you. So the goal of Season of Celebration is to help people to begin to prophesy and to speak over their lives, to declare that I have entered my season of celebration. I'm having my babies, I'm getting married, I'm buying my new car, I'm buying my new house, I'm getting that master's degree, whatever it is that you are expecting. As you begin to confess and make that declaration, this is my season of increase, this is my season of favor, this is my season of congratulation. It will happen. I have tested this theory in my life and it works. I can tell you for a fact that it works. Also, I discovered that in weddings, I go to a lot of weddings, birthday parties here. And even when you go to the weddings or birthday parties of quote and unquote believers, pastors, deacons, pastors' children, they play a lot of secular songs because we don't have a lot of celebration songs in the gospel world. So I wanted to create something that will fit into a wedding, will fit into a birthday party, will fit into any celebration that people have so that they don't have to go and play secular music.
Okay,
we can provide that in the kingdom.
That is amazing, and it's quite thoughtful because the one we played, the previous one, the medley, had that quality. This one, I can't wait to hear. So let's have a sample. We'll be right back. Do stay tuned.
This is my season of increase. I will tell of his wondrous works. My testimony all around
Right, 97.7 Metro FM right here in Lagos. A beautiful one there. Just a bit of it from Avanti Uzor. This one is Season of Celebration. We'll still have Avanti Uzor with us right here. Hello? Hello? Okay, so Season of Celebration delivered. Like it delivered. It's something we can play and just have a party and totally rock as we express our
Yes,
gratitude.
sir.
So you've told us the inspiration behind this song, which is to have something that can be used for any occasion of celebration for Christians, for believers, instead of having circular music and being played all the time. This is one of those. I would say the songs I've heard so far fit into this mold, and it's really good. Um, so what? Okay, before I go into future projects, do you have any call to action for the listener at this point? Like, what would you like them to do? Where would you like them to go? Do you have any challenge going on? Any hashtag? Do you want them to?
I don't have any challenge, but of course, I have a hashtag season of celebration, hashtag Avanti Uzor, hashtag see what the Lord has done. So those are my prevalent hashtags for this song. And of course, the
Okay.
call to action, I want to encourage you. The only way you can support what we're doing for the Lord is just go and stream the song. Stream it on all these streaming channels. I beg you in the name of Jesus. If you want me to speak pidgin, I'll speak pidgin. Please, my people, make una go listen to the song. Go. Please
That's
go listen
better.
to it on YouTube. Make sure you leave a comment, because what the comments do and the likes, give a like, leave a comment, is that it helps it reach more people. So, and please share it on your platforms. Help us to do this work of the Lord the way we are doing it. Please encourage us, share, broadcast. Of course, you can follow me on social media as well. I appreciate that. At Avanti Uzor, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm more active on those platforms, and I try to respond to DMs as well.
Right, that's amazing. That's really cool. I want to say thank you for joining in this beautiful Sunday and sharing your work with us. Future project, is this going to be part of an album or it's a standalone for now?
It's a standalone for now. I've just been releasing singles. I'm thinking about releasing an album soon.
Okay, that would be lovely. Just keep us in the loop when that happens. All right, thank you very much. Do have a wonderful Sunday.
Metro 97.7.